Okay, hey everybody. This is a video about verifying that you did your project 2A correctly. So here I am in the VirtualBox, and I'm going to compile project 2A, and then I run it, and it gives me what I believe is the right answer. And so the way that I would verify it's the right answer is I would go to the class web page, and you see here's the prompt for the web page, and it says when it's due and all those things, but there's a script here. Now, if I click on this script, it shows me the contents of the script. People always want to like copy this and then paste it somewhere. And what I find is that people make small mistakes where they miss the last character or something. And so I really think people should download the script. The way you do it is you need to right click on your mouse. Now, if you're like me on a Mac, you don't have a right click. If you're a Mac person, you press the command button and then click, and it brings up a little menu like this. And so I say save link as, and I'm going to do it the wrong way. You see, it's trying to save it. Of course, on the VirtualBox, our username is me, and it's trying to save it in a directory called downloads. Some of you may try to prevent that. I'm going to let it save into downloads. And so now I've saved it. And if I go back to my shell and I do an ls and I go to the downloads directory, then there is the project 2A checker. And the problem is if I run the proj2a checker, it says it cannot find file project2a.c. And, and so the issue is it's looking for it in the current directory, and this script proj2a checker is in the downloads directory, and my home me downloads, and if I do a cd dot dot, then my project2a.c is in the home me directory. Now there's three ways to get around this. One way is we can move mv, that's a command we haven't learned yet, project2a to the downloads directory, and then cd to the downloads directory, and then we can do this, and it gives us the happy message that the output of our program is correct. So that's one way we can fix it. I'm going to move it back. Another way to fix it, now we have the same situation because I moved it back, is so we've got proj2a in the downloads directory, and we've got project2a.c. I'm sorry, we have proj2a checker in the downloads directory, and we have project2a in my home directory, the home me directory. And so another thing to do is we could have done move downloads proj2a checker to the current directory. And so now if we do an ls, we have project2a checker and project2a.c. And so now we could again do shell proj2a checker, and it works. Now I'm going to move it back. And there was nothing magic about saying that I wanted to be in this directory and move something from downloads download the downloads directory and the file name to dot. We could have just as easily been in the downloads directory and moved proj2a checker one level up. Now if we do an ls, it's not there, and we do an ls here in the home me directory, and it is there. So move can work. You can say I want to move it from somewhere else, and you give it a file name to the current directory, or you can say I want to move it from the current directory to somewhere else. You know, all those, there's different ways to do it, and they all worked. Now, so okay, so one way was we could have moved the file project2a.c to downloads. Another way is we could have moved the script from the downloads directory to wherever project2a is. The third way, I'm going to move proj2a checker to back to downloads, is we could have said shell downloads proj2a checker, and then that worked because proj2a checker was looking for project2a.c in the current directory, and our present working directory, home me, had project2a.c. All those are fine answers. What does it look like if you get it wrong? So I'm going to modify the script real quick. You can see the script has the right answer built in terms of, all these things are this 15 is a composite number, 21, etc. And I'm just going to remove one. I'm going to remove line 6, that's the one saying 63 is a composite number, and then I'm going to run it again. And if we say downloads proj2a checker, then it says the number of lines do not match. You have 154 and the correct version has 153. So, of course, this happened because I modified the right answer in the checker script. If your program produces the wrong answer, then it will probably tell you that. Or it could say that you have the same number of lines, but maybe the first lines don't match and you have some formatting error, etc. So if you get anything short of this on the virtual box, you get anything where it says it doesn't match, you should expect less than half credit. Again, I want correct work late over incorrect work on time. So once you have this situation, then you would take this project2a.c file and you'd upload it to Canvas. So I hope this is helpful, and good luck on project 2a.